Hey, I am Brittany Holt, and it's so fun to have you here.
Yay, I'm Megan Sneyman. I actually came into the business via Brit. So Brit introduced me to the oils. I'm originally from South Africa, but moved to the UK in 2017.
We're so excited to have you on, and welcome to this team. This is the Oil International Guru team,
Woo!
and we are here to support and teach you, and this is a class to learn how to teach a natural solutions class. Megan's going to start. It's amazing. We want it to be super easy for you so that when you first start teaching, you know what to do, and we want to be succinct and get through it, so we're not going to sit here and blabber on for a second. We're going to get started so that when you are ready to teach your class, which will be very soon, then you will know what to do and kind of what it looks like. So this is just it's a framework of what you can expect to share with people as you are sharing the oils with people who want to learn more about them.
Yay! So this is your general class where you're going to probably cover most of the top 10 oils, and it's an introductory class when you start teaching. So you'll go into the Google Drive and you'll go and check the Natural Solutions PDF printout. You can print this out on a nice cardstock. We can help hook you up and do that. But this is a great thing to give every person who attends the class. So when you're talking, they've got something to reference and look at and something to take home with them. So we give these out to people as we start the class. They might peruse over it, and then how I start is obviously you introduce yourself and you talk about how you were introduced to dōTERRA. So whether it was you had something that, some kind of condition that you really wanted to get a grip on, and one of your friends said, "Oh, would you be interested in trying something natural?" You tell them your story, and if you are struggling with your story, hook up your mentor, and your mentor is going to help you get your story together, get a nice, strong story together. When you get your story together and you share your story, it's important to round off with 3 really powerful words or a sentence that's really powerful. And that is that I have never come across anything more powerful and more effective and more empowering than these dōTERRA pure essential oils. And why we say that is, firstly, the oils work, so we know that they're powerful, they work, their therapeutic benefits are really unmatched. But the empowering side of it, as a mom, as a woman, as a sister, as a daughter, the ability to be able to help ourselves and help people we love with natural alternatives, that's what makes it empowering. The fact that you don't have to rely on waiting a week before you get to see a doctor. You can start making choices and help people before getting to that. So that's really, after you've said your story, you round it up with that. At that point, we also cover the natural medicine versus modern medicine, your essential oils versus your modern medicine. Modern medicine has, as we know, has side effects on other parts of the body, whereas natural organic medicine doesn't. These essential oils, they don't. Modern medicine, we often have to wait to see a doctor, whereas we can start treating ourselves off the bat with these essential oils and products. Essential oils treat the root cause of an issue. They're not just masking a symptom. And that's a really important differentiation to make. The essential oils are organic, like our bodies. They work with our bodies to help our bodies heal itself. That's a beautiful sentence to use, and you're just basically giving an introduction into natural medicine. Is there anything more you'd add to that?
No. Do you want to share maybe what your story was so that they kind of get an idea?
Cool.
Take a minute and share how you would do your story.
Cool. So what my story basically is, I moved to England from South Africa, and I found it really difficult to get medicine here. In South Africa, you get medicine, you go to the doctors and they just hand the stuff out. So I was getting a bit frustrated. I've got 3 small children. I was getting a bit frustrated because they were sick and the doctors weren't giving much medicine. And trusty Brit came along and said, "Would you be interested in trying something natural?" And I kind of thought, natural. I come from a medical family, so medicine has always been my choice. So I thought, you know what, I'll try it. And my first experience was actually...
Can I put a little right here?
Yeah.
She told me this word. She said, "Brittany, if this actually works, it's going to change my life, and I'm going to do something about it."
And that's a true story.
What she did.
And
That's the craziest thing the coolest thing about it.
Exactly. So my very first experience was On Guard. I bought On Guard. I think I paid the £20 enrollment and I bought On Guard to help with my kids' immunity. I used it on them through winter, through the snow, through the start of school, and they were untouched by illness, which blew my mind. And I was like, there's something to this. I had been suffering with something for over a year since Anna had been born, digestive issues or linked to the digestive tract. And Britt said to me, why don't you look at trying the cleanse? Because she knew, I mean, I have tried everything. I've gone to specialists. Yeah. I've done everything. And that's when I said that to Britt. I said, if this works, this is going to change everything for me.
So that's what we're talking about with your own personal story. Share it. Like, people want to know, like, okay, that's how they're using it. Oh, real life things. Mm-hmm. And so when they hear that, then they become connected to you, because people don't always buy what you say. They buy how they feel, and if it links to them, then they will, and they see how it can help and benefit them, then they'll be more understanding on, oh, this is something good for me, not, gosh, they're just trying to pawn and swindle something onto me. So that's why sharing personal experiences, having those moments with people, and actually listening to them on what their needs are, that's when people feel connected. Yeah. And so that's why we're saying share your personal story. The next part that we go into is what actually is an essential oil. Mm-hmm. And so we talk to them about it being the most powerful form of natural medicine that the world has. It's all plant-based. And then we go into, we have all the words written out for you so that you can continue to learn these. But it's chemistry that works with the body. You don't have the terrible side effects because it's not as synthetic. Our bodies are natural and plants are natural. They're organic and they understand one another. So we don't have those really scary side effects that can often come. Yeah. Now, one plant could work a bit more effectively than another plant, but you're not going to have the side effects. So that's what's so wonderful about these plant-based products, is that people can try them and not be fearful of terrible side effects and reactions. Everything you have to be careful of, everything you want to read and get as much information that you have. But teaching people that they are getting these pure essential oils is what an essential oil is. That it's like for the peppermint, that's the sacs on the outside of the peppermint leaf that has been pressed and distilled and put into these bottles for us to use. So what we would do at that point is we would start with wild orange, and wild orange is meant for uplifting. It's meant for focus. It's actually calms. It's a phenomenal oil, one of the most favorite of everybody. So I would take around, put a drop in everybody's hands, and I would tell them, okay, everybody put a drop in your hand and rub your hands together like this, and don't touch your eyes, but I want you to cup it close to your nose and take a nice deep breath in. How do you feel? Yeah. Oh, and let people experience that first, because the first time you experience the smell of an essential oil and that one drop actually makes a difference, it's kind of life-changing. As cheeky as that might sound, it is. I remember the first time my upline, Sarah, gave me wild orange and peppermint. I was so excited to keep trying it. I was like making everybody in my family try it. It was hilarious. They're like, Brittany, oh my word. I would wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to use this when I wake up in the morning because it will give me energy. And I would like... So we know that citrus oils are uplifting to mood. They give energy. They're just beautiful. And then this is where, see, wild orange, the reason why it's so good to start with is because people are familiar with oranges. And so when they smell the purity of one drop, they understand the impact of it quite quickly. And then I would introduce them to one of our top 10 oils is lemon. And so this is another citrus oil that has similar benefits of uplifting, purifying, and they can, again, you can just even pass around the bottle around the room and they can smell the lemon. And lemon is just so beautiful. But yeah.
An interesting note on lemon is it contains 45 to 50 rinds of a lemon in one bottle. And then people are like, whoa.
Yes.
So you can say they are potent.
They are potent, and one drop is all you need. That's the thing you kind of have to keep sharing with people. One drop is all you need. These are pure oils, and that's what we go into.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we've covered our introduction, your story, the difference between modern medicine, natural medicine, what an essential oil is, and we've introduced them to the citrus oils and lemon, which is in the top 10. Now we talk about why doTERRA, because it's at this point where people are going to be thinking, cool, I know about essential oils.
These are really potent. Why are they different?
Exactly. So talk about why doTERRA, the fact that they've got the grading. They're the only oils in the world that have the CPTG, Certified Pure
Where is it?
Therapeutic Grade logo.
It's right there, if you can kind of see that.
Yeah.
CPTG.
And what that basically means is doTERRA, they do their own batch testing on the oils. They send it to a third party which does batch testing, and they come out with the constituents of what is in that oil, because an essential oil is made up of various constituents, which gives it its therapeutic property. And that it gives you the assurance that there are no chemicals, no fillers, no pesticides, no artificial fragrances, no additives in there. And on the bottom of every single bottle, there's a batch number, and you can go and type that batch number into sourcetoyou.com, and it'll give you the date it was tested as well as all the results. So it's really great in an industry
Very
that
transparent.
in an industry that's unregulated. You know exactly what you're getting with doTERRA, and they are the only essential oils in the world that do that. Apart from that, you've obviously got your co-impact sourcing. So doTERRA doesn't just have a farm where they grow all their plants
in one place.
Exactly. They are getting the plants from around the world where they grow best in their natural habitat, in the best soil, climate, best altitude, everything. And so they're making sure they're getting the best quality plant. As an aside, they work with those farmers in the communities to do phenomenal philanthropic work in building those communities, helping them build hospitals and schools.
It's like fair trade.
Yeah, and making sure they're getting a good price for their oils. And then I usually bring in here a little bit about the fact that doTERRA, there's so much that they give back from a charity perspective. And every time you buy a product or certain products, you're giving back to charities around the world. And we'd encourage you to look into the Healing Hands. Pick a story that you love. I love the Operation Underground Railroad charity, and I usually always share that, and people are quite inspired by it. So pick one that you love, that talks to you, that you can share with people.
Exactly. So then from this point...
Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Yeah, at this point, we've just talked about why doTERRA. We want to introduce another oil, and one of the top 10, which is peppermint. Okay, so
this is kind of a powerhouse oil.
Yeah. So just like you did with the wild orange, you're going to put a tiny drop in each person's hand. Warn them not to touch their eyes, because peppermint stings. If they do get peppermint in the eye, always use fractionated coconut oil or olive oil to flush it out. Never water.
Never water. It actually enhances the effect instead of lessening it. So that's why you'd want to put some olive oil, because that's something people know of and quickly, or coconut oil, and you put it on cotton wool, and you would like place it near your eye or wherever it's too stingy. But it is pure. It's not going to blind you. It's just, I've had it happen, and it's stingy. It's stingy. And the other thing is, just a quick side note, is ask them, is it okay if I put a drop in your hand? And then you just kind of hold their hand, like I would do it like this, and then I would just kind of put it in, so that you've asked for their permission before you just put it in their hand. Maybe really they don't want to.
Yeah.
Some people say, I don't like peppermint at all. And that's one that I'm like, okay, no problem. They've already tested the wild orange. Say, it's okay, there's others coming around. It's going to be fine. So then, and just move on.
And they'll see other people's reactions.
Yes. And then like, oh, maybe I'll try it.
Yeah. Guaranteed, when people inhale peppermint, you're going to get them going,
oh,
wow.
Exactly.
And what we love to do is, as they then, same thing, cup over the nose and they inhale the peppermint, ask them, what would you use this oil for? It gets people thinking, it pulls them in a little bit, and they're going to come out with things like, oh, clear the airways, and oh, if I've got a cough.
Yeah. And then you say, oh, put it on the back of your neck, rub the rest of it on the back of your neck like this. And so they do that, and then in a few minutes you can say, how does your neck feel? Oh, it feels nice and cool. And I feel, exactly. How else could you use this oil?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd loosen up my muscles. So then they're starting to see the benefits of the oil.
So you get a whole discussion around this single oil, and it's really interactive. And you talk about the benefits of peppermint that way.
So as you can see, we have covered aromatic use and how they can take a breath of the oils in, and it reaches the brain immediately. And so they're able to get those effects very, very quickly, and that's why aromatic use is so powerful. The next way we want to teach people.
Sorry, on that. So with the aromatic use, with inhaling through your hands, you can also use them aromatically in a diffuser. And that's a nice way to use them aromatically.
And they make your house smell amazing.
Yeah.
So the next way you want to teach people about using the oils is topically. One of the oils in the top 10 kit is the deep blue, and this is everything muscular. So if you're having muscle aches and pains, you want to decrease the inflammation or the swelling, then this is a beautiful oil for that. The thing that's so wonderful about using oils topically is that you want to use it exactly where it's needed. And rule of thumb, you want to always dilute your oils. So it will not only help make them last longer, but it also decreases how quickly it goes into the oil. So for skin sensitivity, and just to have a really nice, slow, absorption into the skin, then you would put some coconut oil, you'd put 1 drop of your essential oil, rub your hands together and put it on exactly, for example, with my elbow where I needed it. And so topical use is a really powerful way to use the oils. Anything else there?
No, that's great. So that's in class. You're just making sure that when you talk aromatic, that it's a really quick way of using them. You talk about self-inhalation and the diffusion. And when you talk topical use, it's great for where you have a pain or an issue, and always dilute.
Always dilute. Yeah. And fractionated coconut oil is what doTERRA recommends and sells. So the third way that is unique to doTERRA, and why the CPTG grading is so important, because most essential oils, when you see them, they'll say pure essential oils. You turn around to the back and it says not for internal use. But this is what is so unique to doTERRA. Almost all of their oils, there's a very select few, and I just mentioned one, deep blue being one of them, you can use internally. Deep blue is one you wouldn't use internally, but most of them, like we said with the wild orange, the lemon, the peppermint, you can actually take them internally, and you always want to use that also with caution. But that it provides so many health benefits because we're able to do that. So, for example, one of the ways that we can use that is we can put a drop of wild orange in our water. And we can have those benefits of the high constituents of limonene, which is in our citrus oils, cleansing our gut lining.
And detoxing.
And helping with that. The other way that doTERRA has recommended is through veggie capsules.
That's my favorite way of taking them.
So I'm going to show you what a veggie capsule is so that you're like, wait, what is that? Sorry, pull that a whole bunch. So basically, they're little capsules like this. You open it up, you put a drop of the oil, and then I would use olive oil and fill the rest of it up with olive oil, put it back on top. Now you can't make these in advance. You need to make them as you use them because these are so natural based that they will dissolve. So they dissolve quickly, and that way you can just take them with water.
And this big bottle is like 3 pounds.
Yes, and it will last a very long time.
Yeah, it's a great way.
So when people are not comfortable with maybe the taste, or they want the benefits but they don't want to have it in their mouth, veggie capsules is the way to go. So it's a really fabulous one. The 2 oils at this point that we want to share with them is the Melaleuca and the oregano, which is in our top 10 oils. Megan has a really good description of these 2. Do you want to tell them that so they understand how to share it?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
so
this is so cool.
Both Melaleuca and oregano have powerful antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal oils. I like to call them nature's antibiotic. They really are powerful, and I if people are interested, and I can tell they're interested in learning a little bit, I'll tell them about how oregano and Melaleuca work to fight bacteria. It's really fascinating, and there's a video on YouTube. You can go and look at the study that was done to show it. But bacteria, they have created this hard capsule around themselves, and around that they create this sludgy biofilm, which makes them so impenetrable, which is why people need longer courses of antibiotics, different strains of antibiotics, and those antibiotics destroy your gut microbiome. It's so bad. I mean, obviously, if you need them, you need them. But if you can try something natural first, oh my word, it's like the way to go. So what happens is, Firstly, Melaleuca comes along and it destroys that sludgy biofilm around the bacteria so that the oregano can get to that hard capsule. There's a constituent, its major constituent in oregano is carvacrol. That attaches to that hard capsule and it drills holes in it, basically, and that causes ions to move in and out the bacteria and causes it to burst. So it's just amazing how these two work. And I'll usually in my class now, I'll share a story how my husband suffered a sinus infection. And anyway, I made up these little capsules for him, a drop of oregano and a drop of Melaleuca in the capsule with olive oil. And he took that a couple of times a day. And after 5 days, he was sorted.
And that's the thing. I mean, we are not here to tell you. You want to tell people you're not saying we're going to cure all diseases, and that's not what we're doing. We're giving them a natural alternative. If they want to try something, because we know how important our microbiome is in our body and keeping it as healthy as possible, this is one way to keep it healthy without destroying it through antibiotics. Now, antibiotics, again, we said, they're important and we're so grateful for them. But if we can try something before that, many people are seeing the results and thrilled that they are having to get an antibiotic and they're destroying their gut lining, but they're able to get something that is working.
Yeah. So, and if you don't have a story to share about something, and if you're new to it,
use someone else's
story, and you're going to get customers that bring stories to you. Use those stories because they're phenomenal. So we've covered the 3 ways you can use the oils. We've just done that. So now we're going to go, we've just talked about really this first page. When we open up here, you can see there are a whole lot of other products on the page. You've got your Lifelong Vitality Pack there, deep blue. And it's at this point where I'd usually ask people to fill out or think about this section here, which talks about what your top health concerns or issues might be. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I couldn't see. It's all backwards. It's very confusing. This section here, what your top health concerns might be. And I just give them a moment to think about what things they're really struggling with. And then I open it up and say, does anyone feel comfortable with sharing a concern that we can talk about and discuss, and I can share some.
It can be yours. It could be someone in your family that you're thinking about as you're sitting here in the class.
And most of the time people will, and they'll come up with sleep or with stress or something. If they don't, bring up sleep, bring up stress, because those are the ones a lot of people do struggle with. Right. And it's at that point that you can bring in your lavender. So always, whatever top 10 oils you haven't covered yet, try and see if you can bring those in when you discuss their general concerns now. And you can introduce some of the other products on this page, the Serenity for sleep. If they're talking about what else? Lack of energy. That will lead you into your Lifelong Vitality supplement. So it's at this point where we're just having a bit of a general short 5-minute discussion about a couple of concerns, rounding up your top 10 oils and introducing a couple of other products. And we talk about how we can basically put together their health solution sort of first aid kit for them in their life. And it's at that point that usually always you're going to be able to introduce doTERRA's number 1 selling product, which is their Lifelong Vitality Pack.
So the Lifelong Vitality Pack is really what I think helps people understand how doTERRA works in their life every single day. Mm-hmm. These are the natural supplements. Again, they're number 1 bestseller. They are supplements, 30-day money-back guarantee. You teach them briefly because it's a lot to take in. Mm-hmm. But briefly, what these 3, it comes in that package, so you get the three bottles like this, and you're getting your Microplex VMZ, and this is all your vitamins and minerals. So everything is in here. I believe there's 21 or 22 vitamins and minerals in here, and they are what our body needs, and not more and not less. They did it for the perfect amount. It's like putting too much petrol in your car. You don't just keep putting it in and hoping that your car is going to run better. When it's done, it's done. And that's what doTERRA did. They were very careful about putting the amounts in that people needed. So anyway, they get their vitamins and minerals. Mm-hmm. They have this one, the alpha.
End with that one. That one's a great one.
Cool. The XE Omega, which is all your omegas. There's also 9 essential oils in this. The omegas are very powerful, and so are the VMZ. are really powerful antioxidants, which we're going to talk about a little bit more there with this one. But this is really great for your neurological system to run smoothly. It's great for brain health. It's great for heart health.
Pain and inflammation in the body.
Pain and inflammation. Omegas are so critical that they're called essential oils because this essential oil complex, because our bodies are unable to make them without getting it from an outside source. So we have to get some of these in our diets or in supplements. And because we are so low in omega-3s, and these have the amount that we need. So we're getting what our body needs in order for it to function and work the way that we need it to work. So amazing. This is where people start seeing even a decrease in pain.
Yeah. And if people talk about low energy levels, stress,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so your alpha CRS is phenomenal,
amazing.
High in antioxidants. It helps your body get rid of airborne pathogens, free radicals. So it's phenomenal for cellular health. And one of the wonderful things about it as well is it helps our little energy powerhouses in our cells called mitochondria. We've got mitochondria in every single cell in our body, and they are responsible for producing energy for us. So alpha CRS is going to help our mitochondria work more efficiently, use what we give it more efficiently to produce the energy we need. And a lot of people feel they don't have that afternoon slump when they're on the alpha CRS.
This has made a huge difference in my life.
Yeah.
In fact, the reason why is when we have so many free radicals in our body, and they just are part of our life. They're all around us, but we have to protect our cells so that they stay healthy. And when our cells stay healthy, then they can do what they need to do. Like she said, the mitochondria can work. We actually can produce more mitochondria or more energy when our cells are healthy. That's a mouthful.
That's amazing. I didn't know.
Yes, and that's why you need something like alpha CRS and good vitamins and minerals and omegas, because it's introducing more antioxidants into our system so that they're able to fight those free radicals. Or actually, it's not fighting them, it's neutralizing them, because they're looking for that extra ion to stabilize. So it neutralizes them so that the cells can function and do their life cycle the way that they're supposed to.
So there was actually a study done by an independent guy in the States, and he looked at the ingredients and the quality of all the everything in this lifelong vitality pack. And if you were to buy those ingredients individually,
This is cool.
it would cost you over $1,500 a month just to get that quality. And you can get your lifelong vitality pack for £72 wholesale. What is the dollar cost of?
I think it's around 80.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so really good value.
And that's with all the tax included and everything. So
yeah.
It's a phenomenal product. And the reason why people, once they experience it, they go, this is something different. I have taken vitamins and minerals my whole life and never have felt much of a difference. I probably took low quality ones. And you can take these also when you're pregnant. Breastfeeding, they're safe. So they have all been tested for things like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a power punch when people start. They might just start with the oils, which is awesome, but it's when they start with the vitamins and the supplements that they start saying, this is making a difference in my life. I like it.
Okay, so we're getting to that point where we're going to round up the class. So just as a brief overview, we've done our introduction, we've done natural medicine versus modern medicine. We've talked about what is an essential oil, introduced them to wild orange and lemon. Why dōTERRA, introduced them to peppermint. Talked about the 3 ways you can use oils: aromatically, topically, internally, and how they benefit you, and covered more of the top 10 oils in that way. We've introduced the lifelong vitality pack after discussing certain issues with them. And now we want to show them how they can get them, because everyone wants to know that. Yeah. Get them into their home. So we what I like to say is how cost effective these essential oils are, and the fact that they are so powerful, and you literally need 1 drop at a time. In one 15 ml bottle, you're getting between 250 and 300 drops of essential oil in that bottle. So is at this point they're going to turn over their page, and they've got their popular starter kits to look at. And how I like to introduce them is your Natural Solutions kit is the one I always focus on first, and I'll tell them this Natural Solutions kit is for people who are ready to make a big change in their life. They are serious about going natural and targeting a lot of ailments off the bat. Then for people who just want to get a bit of a taste and start somewhere, you've got your home essentials and your family essentials kits. And on those, I usually like to focus on, say, my home essentials kit is the most popular kit. Talk briefly about the fact that both of them, well, all of them come with your top 10 oils, but the difference between these two, your family essentials kit has got your top 10 oils in 5 ml bottles, and then it comes with your On Guard and peppermint beadlets, which you can give a brief explanation about if you haven't touched on them already. Whereas your home essentials kit comes with your top 10 oils in 15 ml bottles. So you're getting 3 times the amount of oil for less than double the price of the family essentials kit.
And you're also getting the pedal diffuser. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so you're getting a pedal diffuser. And often watch out, because doTERRA sometimes has 200 point promotions in a month, where if you buy 200 points in a month, in one purchase, you get a free oil, for example. And so when people buy this home essentials kit, they're gonna get that free oil.
And the one thing fun about the Home Essentials kit is that you can begin using the oils all 3 different ways. You can use it aromatically, topically, and internally.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
We also sometimes try to recommend that people get their coconut oil and veggie caps if they're happy to off the bat.
This is really important for them to understand the importance of dilution, because you don't want people to be using too much too fast, that they should use it so that it is for skin sensitivity, especially with children.
Yeah. And then you explain basically that to get a wholesale account, you're getting 25% off of retail price. You get your wholesale account with one of those kits. Otherwise, if you want to pick and choose a few oils, you can do that, and you pay your £24, including VAT, enrollment fee, and then you get your wholesale account for the year, having picked your oils. And that's how you explain it to them. And Brittany is a champion at closing, so Britt's going to explain how you close and seal the deal.
So basically, when you're teaching people about these, and you have helped them identify the needs that they have, because everybody has needs. They're like, oh, I don't have any needs. Oh, wait a minute. I do lack energy. Wait a minute. I do need a little more focus, or my child needs more focus. We are dealing with some tummy issues, and that Digest-Zen sounds pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. So what you have done already is you've helped them understand how these can work in their life every day. And I just tell them, I'm like, doTERRA is really fair. They want you to love their products, and this is something that they want you to enjoy. So we're here to educate you. You'll be added to an amazing Facebook group so that you can ask questions, get constant information and education about how to use the oils. So I let them know about the community that they're joining. They aren't just on their own, like, oh, here's the oils, be gone, have fun, thanks for your money. It's actually, no, we are teaming now with you in order to help you really flourish with using these oils. And I tell them, I'm like, which kit works best for you? Which one do you think fits into your lifestyle best? How can we get you started today? And that's kind of what I use. And people are excited about it. But I think the most important thing you can do is stay energetic. Don't worry about the cost. It's important that you not prejudge people about what they can or can't afford, because you'll be surprised. People, if they're coming to your class, A, they want to be there, B, they want to support you, and C, they'll let you know really if they want nothing to do with it. And they'll be kind about it, because people are typically very kind. But most people are there because they want to be there. So then tell them or ask them what one looks like would fit into your lifestyle, and let's get you started there. And then help them figure it out, help them decide. And they're like, oh, what do I do? And a lot of people want to try the vitamins right off the bat. And it's where I'm like, okay, let's start with this one. Or they'll get the Home Essentials kit and the vitamins and add them on with it. So yeah, don't be afraid of don't worry about cost. That's not your concern. What your concern is, help them find what works best for them.
And then obviously have your laptop or your tablet there so you can enroll them immediately. And when you arrive at the class, or if you're having it at your house, make sure that you're connected to the internet, so you can help people quickly to do that. And if someone initially you come to them and they say, no, I don't think I'm going to get anything for now, that's great. Move on to the next person, because once people see what other people are getting and they stick around, they're a bit interested, you never know, they could switch. So yeah.
It's always fun to have a drawing at your class, because people love to get things free. And so if you tell them, hey, when you come, we'll put your name in a bag and we're going to draw out a name. And that's when I would have a fun drawing as I was asking, as they're picking out which kit that they want.
And as you get further along in your business as well, sometimes when I see people are sitting on the fence a bit about the fact that they want a kit, but they really want the past tense, or they want the balance, but it's just too much for now. And you judge it on feeling, but you can always incentivize and say, well, if you get your home essentials kit this evening, I'll give you a free sample of balance. Or if it's not too expensive, I can give you this roller blend or make up a blend for you or whatever. And just, add a little bit of extra value. People always appreciate that.
Yeah. So that's it. When they purchase, then say, I would love to give you a nice little sample of the past tense. So then you can go home and really try it. And you'll have it right alongside with your top 10 oils. And it's going to be exciting. Like, tell people, like, you know how you feel. You love the oils. We love the oils. It's not like we're trying to sell something that isn't fantastic. We're actually just teaching people how to use them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And again, you want to be careful that we're not saying we're curing things, and you want to be compliant. We're not using disease names. We're saying head tension. We're saying tummy pain. Those kinds of low mood, that kinds of things, so that they understand we're not pretending to be something that we're not, but we are knowledgeable, and we do have resources, and science has been done on these things, so that they are a great product.
Another tip, always take your resource books with you.
Yeah.
So that if people ask, we love the Modern Essentials book. There's also an excellent Essential Life app on your phone, which is phenomenal. So when people ask you, if they say, well, what would you use for diabetes, for example, or chronic pain, and you're not entirely sure, you've got something to reach to. And that's actually great, because people see how easy it is for them to find information for themselves as well, if you just point them in the right direction. Yeah. So you don't need to know it all.
No, we're here to help you.
Yeah.
And this is just one small little tip to. I hope that it's enough that you feel like you got not too much, but we want you to see what it's like to have a class and how simple it is.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah.
Thanks
fun.
so much.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Bye.